Okay, so we're going to start with the rim. We're going to start with the rim, and you need to chain a few to make your rim. How much you chain depends on how wide you want your rim to be. So when I say the rim, it's this part of it, okay? This part of it. This is about 3 centimeters. So I want my rim to be around 3 centimeters, just the same. If I go 4 centimeters or 3.5, that is also fine. So I should be okay to chain about 7. 7 will give me that height that I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm just going to measure that now. So, yeah, that is fine for me. But if you want it to be wider, you can chain a few more and measure it just to make sure that you're not going too large. Okay. Now we're going to do some single crochet. Starting from the second chain, not the first one, we're going to make single crochets all the way to the end. Pull through that. Okay, now it's very important to remember to do this next step, which is to chain 1 before you turn. It's kind of the back loop that we're going for. If you look, that's the front one here. That's the back one here. So we're going for the back loop. So push it through there, pull it through, and pull through both. Push it through there, pull through both, push it through the next one, pull through both of them, same. And then for the very end one, what I'd like you to do is to push through both front loop and back loop. Okay, so you're pushing through both of them here. Then chain 1. And turn. We're now going to join the 2 ends together. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1. Right, because I didn't chain 1 at the end, so now I'm going to chain 1 before I join. Put the ends together, make sure they line up nicely. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is to put my needle through these two, both of them, all the way through, and then the same for the first stitch. Okay. And slip stitch. So pull it through both and straight through. Next one. Next one. I'm going to get rid of my size 3 and use my size 4 needle instead. Okay, but before I start doing the row 1, I want you to notice that we have created a ribbed rim, and what we're going to do from now on is our first stitch, for example, is going to be in the raised area. So there's a raised area and a sink and a raised and a sink, and the raised area and a sink, raised and sink. So we're going to stitch in the sink, stitch in the raised, sink, raised, sink, and so on. Okay, raised area, sink area, next stitch in the raised area, next stitch in the sink, raised and sink, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do a double crochet in the sink area. Then in the raised area, I'm going to do a single crochet. Single crochet is going to be followed by 2 chains. Okay, then in the next one, I'm going to do 2 double crochet. But these double crochet will be in the same, coming from the same hole, the same stitch. They'll be in the same stitch. All right, so 2 double crochets together. Then I'm going to do a single crochet again, followed by 2 chains, single crochet, always followed by 2 chains, then 2 double crochets, but they're going to be separate. 1 here and the other one here. And that's the pattern you're going to follow for the entire row 1. Almost at the end. So I'm going to make a single crochet here. Chain 2. Before I close it, I'm going to use a marker for this to mark the very first set of chains that we did, the start of the round 1. I'm going to put a marker there. I'll explain the reason why later. Right, now ready to close. I'm going to put that, I'm going to join here. Okay. Okay. At the end of the round, we turn. Then I'm going to do a single crochet. So here I'm only going to be working in the arches. So there's one arch here. There's another arch here. There's another arch here. I'm only going to be working in the arches now. Okay. So in this first one, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and then 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Okay. Then in the other arch, I'm going to do a half front post. Right? So I'm going to go behind this, do a single, chain 2, then 2 double crochet in the same arch. 1, 2. Do that again. Find the next arch. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the rest, for most of the for the next few, this is what you're going to do for the next few rounds. Okay, so find the arch, then just before the arch, you have a double crochet, do a half front post, close it, chain 2. Then in the same arch, you're going to do a double. See you at the end of this round. So I'm at the end of the second round now. Before I end the second round, I'm going to put one of these on the start of round 2. I'm going to put on the opposite side. And I'll explain why. It makes it easier for me to know where I am at, but I'll explain. Okay. So we're at the end of round 2 and we need to close this off now. So what do we do? Where I have the green marker, I'm going to do a front post, half front post crochet, half double. Okay, let's do it again so you can see clearly what I'm doing. So, front post, half front post, chain 2, and then, so that's the reason why I put the marker there, so it can clearly show me where to do my final half front post. Okay, and that's the purpose for this red marker as well. So once I've done my half front post, chain 2, I am going in the first double crochet of the second round, and I'm going to end there. I'm going to do a slip stitch, slip stitch. Now I can take the green marker off. I don't need that at the moment. Turn the work and continue as before. So again, we're going to do a single crochet to start, chain 2, 2 double crochet, then remember we're working in the arches, so half front post, chain 2, then in the same arch here, same arch, we're going to do 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Here's the next arch, front post, half front post, double crochet, and we're going to continue like that until we get to the end of round 3. And it's going to be the same process for round 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up until we get from the start of the rim here up to 11 centimeters. Okay, so we're going to grow this 11 centimeters high. And for those 11 centimeters high, we're doing the same. Half front post, and then 2 double crochets. So half front post, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in the same arch. So I've crocheted up to almost 11 centimeters. It's a little bit less than 11. Okay, a little bit less, almost, approximately. I don't want to do another row because I don't want it to be taken over 11. So we're now going to reduce, and we do that by dividing our fans. I'm going to call these the fans. Okay, these the fans. I'm going to divide the fans into 5 equal parts. All right, so it's good to have multiple of 5. That's ideal. But if you don't have multiples of 5, in terms of the fans, I'm talking about the fans, it's good to have your fan as a multiple of 5, your total number of fan as a multiple of 5. I have 34, so I'm going to chop that into 5 parts. I'm going to divide it up into 5 parts, which means that each part will have 7, except one will have 6. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm not going to be reducing this. At no point will I reduce this part, because this is my joining bit. So never reduce this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last one should be 6. So here are my 5 different sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them having 7 fans within them, except one which has 6. So we carry on as we did before. Single crochet in the arch and chain 2, double crochet and another double crochet, just as before. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to reduce. This marker indicates that we need to reduce here. So we're going to go behind this one and go behind the following one. Bring it through and through both, and then chain 2 as before, then do our double crochet. So we're doing essentially the same thing as we were doing before. 2 double crochets here as before. We're doing the same thing as we were doing before, except we're joining, when we get to the markers, we'll be joining this behind the one that's behind the marker and this one, start of the next arch. Okay, so let me show you for a bit longer. So carry on as usual with the other one. We're now at the end of that round, so I'm just going to close it off now. Turn it and single stitch, chain 2, 2 double crochets. In this row, we are not going to reduce. We're just going to keep going without reducing anything. And then the following row, we're going to reduce again. All right? I'm just going to change this over. So keep going, no reducing for this row. So we're at the end of the row again. And I'm going to join here. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to remove these, because I'm going to now divide up this new round into 5 parts. So that's the pattern. That's what we do now. We reduce one row by removing 5 fans, and then the following row after that, the following round, we'll crochet as normal with no reducing, and we keep on doing that until we have 5 fans left. Okay, keep doing that until we have 5 fans left. So we're going to divide this up again. I'll divide it up and show you. So at the end, remember before I had 34 and then I reduced it, so I removed 5, so now I have 29 fans left. So here I have divided it into, as best as possible, 5 equal parts. So each side, each part now has 6, except one part has 5. So same process again. Time to reduce. So I'm taking this with that one. Okay. So like this. So continue to reduce this row, and then the following row, no reduction. You're just going to do it without any reduction. So reduce this one, no reduction, reduce again, no reduction. And we continue like that until I get near to the end. I'll come back to you to let you know what will happen near the end. So we're at the end now, close to the end. We've got 9 fans. So what I'm going to do is to do group 4 pairs and then have one by itself. All right, so these are my 4 pairs. These are the 4 that I'm going to group, and then this one is going to be left alone. So now I have 5 fans left. So now we're going to just finish off. So starting from here, close as we'd normally close. So now get our needle and we're going to close the hole. The last thing that I'm going to do is to put some elastic here inside, just like I did here. Okay, and here. This is the elastic that I'm going to use. Thank you everyone for watching. This is a beautiful hat that I'm sure many will want to make. Please remember to leave a comment, like, subscribe, turn the post notification on, and share the video. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.